Most people get stuck asking the wrong question. Can I afford this? This question is a yes or no trap. And for the most part, the answer they get is a disheartening no, a very heartbreaking no. End of story. This mindset shuts down possibilities and keeps you stuck in your current financial situation. But what if you flip the script? The wealthy folks, entrepreneurs, investors, and high performers ask a better question. They ask, how can I afford this? This subtle shift changes everything. We're going to talk about the psychology behind this question. When you ask, can I afford this? Your brain defaults to seeking confirmation of your limitations. It taps into your survival brain, that part of your brain that prioritizes safety and comfort over growth. This mindset keeps you exactly where you are. On the other hand, how can I afford this engages your creative brain, the problem-solving, solution-generating part that thrives on challenges. It is a subtle psychological trick that reframes the situation from impossible to inevitable. So now we're going to break this down. Can I afford this is simply binary thinking, yes or no, dead end. That's all you got. How can I afford this? It's an open-ended thinking that sparks ideas, builds momentum, and propels you forward. This shift is the difference between staying stuck and you unlocking new opportunities in your life. So this old mindset is all about limitation and scarcity. Can I afford this? It's rooted in scarcity. It assumes your current resources are all you have, no more, no less. It is a defensive mindset that leads to missed opportunities. You don't explore possibilities. You never grow because you're just stuck in your ways, in your old ways. Growth never happens. It leads to excuses. You say things like, I guess it wasn't meant to be. It also keeps you in a stagnated pattern, stagnation. Your financial situation remains unchanged. So here's a quick example of this playing out in the real life. You spot a $2,000 course that could level up your career. You check your bank account, not enough money. You walk away. What's the result of that? No growth. You stay the same. You stay stuck in the same job, earning the same paycheck year after year. Now let's explore the mindset, the new mindset that says, how can I afford this? This is all about expansion and creativity. How can I afford this shifts you into an expansive mindset. It forces you to think differently, act resourcefully, and take ownership, basically, of your situation. So you're taking ownership of the things around you, your circumstance. Here's what happens when you ask this question. You unlock creativity. Your brain starts to brainstorm solutions. You start acting like that creative machine, like that creative being that you were meant to be. You take control. It's no longer about what you can't do. It's about what you will do. Notice the shift? You expand your means. You stop focusing on cutting back and you start focusing on earning more. So this same $2,000 course that you walked away from now becomes an opportunity for you to brainstorm ways to make extra cash. You pick up a weekend freelancing gig. You sell stuff you don't use, and you cut back on takeouts and deliveries to your home. Now, within a month, you've made the money, and now you have a skill set that increases your income in the long term. I'm going to give you an example of a transformational story. A lady named Sarah was a mid-level marketing manager, stock earning $60,000 a year. She saw a $5,000 digital marketing mentorship program that promised to double her earning potential. What was her initial thought? I can't afford this, like everyone else. But Sarah shifted gears and asked, how can I afford this? She sold unused clothes around her house. She looked around her home again and she found some furniture that she hasn't used in a while. She sold the furniture for $1,200. She offered freelance and social media services on weekends. utilizing her existing skills. That earned her another $2,800 in 2 months. And she tried to figure out, what other ways can I make this happen? Can I purchase this course? Can I invest in this course? She paused her $200 monthly subscriptions on streaming services and eating out. And this saved her another $1,000. Within 3 months, she joined the mentorship program that she's been desiring. And 6 months later, after she joined the mentorship program, she landed a $110,000 remote marketing role, which basically added some consulting gigs on the side because she now has a renewed skill set that she never had in the past. The old mindset would have kept her stuck, but this new mindset changed her life. Now let's talk about some practical strategies. How can you turn the mindset shift into money? So how do you apply the mindset shift in your life? Let's turn some theory into action. We've talked about some things that you could do. Let's get into action right now. The very first thing that you can do is start a side hustle. Don't wait for a raise. A lot of people make this mistake. You wait a whole year for a raise. You can create one. You can freelance on platforms using your skill. Platforms like Upwork, Fiverr. You can resell items on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, or Poshmark. Find ways to monetize your skill. Any skill you've got: copywriting, graphic design, video editing, tutoring. Here's something you have to remember. Choose a skill that complements your current career for double the payoff. This is the magic that no one tells you. When looking for side hustles or when side hustling, pick a side hustle that has translatable skills that complement your current career. This is how you parachute, escalate, take off when it comes to your career. Number 2, create a new offer. This is for my business owners out there. If you run a business, innovate. Create a premium version of your existing product or service. Find ways to package your knowledge into a course, an ebook, digital assets. Upsell or cross-sell to existing customers. You don't have to create new customers. Tap into your existing customers. Here's something you have to remember. Ask your audience, your current customers, what they need the most. Don't assume. Then build it. Number 3, cut unnecessary expenses. Yeah, we know. Cutting expenses isn't sexy, but it works. You want to audit your spending, cancel unused subscriptions, swap restaurants for home-cooked meals, reduce impulse buys, obsessive buys, compulsive purchases, impulsive purchases, whatever you call it, reduce those. Then you want to redirect your savings toward high ROI investments, so high return on your investment, like skills, self-education, or assets that will improve your earning potential. Number 4, invest in high-income skills. These are skills that pay the bills. The more valuable the skill, the bigger the paycheck. I'm going to say that again. The more valuable the skill is, the bigger the pay. So some top high-income skills that you might want to focus on would be copywriting. If you can learn copywriting, you will be set, because businesses always need persuasive sales pages. They need emails, they need ads, copy contents. They need all this all the time to make sales. This leads us to the next skill, sales. Mastering sales is a superpower. Whether you are selling products, services, or ideas, you have to master sales, because that's your ticket to wealth. The next thing I want to talk about here when it comes to high income skills is coding. This is a bit technical. Web development, app development, or even basic automation skills are in demand, especially now with AI. Another skill that most people overlook, top high income skill that most people overlook, is public speaking and communication. Great communicators dominate in leadership. I'm going to say this again in case it went over your head. Great communicators dominate in leadership roles. You want to combine two complementary skills like copywriting and sales. sales and communication for unique market value. This is what makes you distinct in the marketplace. This is what gives you that edge, that unfair advantage in the marketplace. So what's the key lesson here for us to take away? If you're watching this video and you've watched up until this point, understand this. Live to expand and don't restrict. That's the lesson here. Expand, don't restrict. Wealthy people don't ask, what can I cut? They ask, how can I earn more? They don't focus on restricting their means or their desires. They expand their means to match their goals. So next time you catch yourself thinking, can I afford this? Stop and ask yourself this question. How can I afford this? And watch your mindset, your income, and opportunities transform around you. I've got a challenge for you. Think of one thing you've told yourself today in the past. Think of a situation where you've told yourself, I can't afford this. And now brainstorm three ways that you could afford it. Share your ideas in the comment section below. Let's crowdsource some creativity. I hope you found value in this video. Let me know which part of this video stuck out the most to you. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Keep winning.